Getting my Migos ad libs.
Got it. Ew.
Let me get my TBC ad libs. Ew, ew. Bow. Come on. Ew, ew. Come on. Ew, ew. Come on. Shout out to everybody watching the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. All the baseball families out there. I am speaking of this because I am a baseball dad. But this is Nightcap Knowledge, and we want to make sure that you get your kids to bed, get your nightcap, and get ready for Nightcap Knowledge. But before we do that, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, our supporters, our longtime Nightcappers. Everybody checking in the comments. We appreciate y'all for getting in here early. One time for the Mississippi School of Health and Career Services. Begin your career in healthcare today by visiting mshscschool.com or calling 769-572-7490. One time for Meals That Heal, Mississippi's first 100% plant-based cafe. Open Monday through Saturday right there in downtown Jackson. You can order online, mealsthatheal601.com. One time for the EPS Institute, healing the entire you. You can find out more information about the EPS Institute by visiting epsinstitute.org or emailing epsinstitute@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, George Chuck is trying out a new beverage tonight. It's got a little herb to it. There's no cannabis in it, but hey, the Mississippi Cannabis Business and Health Expo will be going down Saturday, August 20th, 2022, 8 to 5 p.m. right there in downtown Jacktown or somewhere around about those parts. Their partner, you know what I'm talking about? But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get this thing started. Put the kids to bed, get your nightcap. It's time for Nightcap Knowledge. Like, I'm trying out some of the new features on StreamYard and
oh yeah.
All right, now watch out now. Watch out there now. Watch out there now. Boy, I tell you.
hit him with that Jodeci.
Oh yeah.
On up. Yeah.
You gotta do the leg.
Y'all
Y'all gotta do the leg. Do that KC leg.
What you want. Yeah. Tell me what you need.
Watch out in there. Watch out. Watch out.
Tell me it's time for Nightcap Knowledge.
Wow.
Ew.
Wow.
Ew.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Let me find out.
I get your R&B lips.
You gotta get that ugly face, that old ugly face. You gotta get toe up.
Toe up from the floor up. You heard me?
Yeah, man.
I'm directing the choir.
Go ahead,
Yes,
direct the choir.
yes. Welcome to Nightcap Knowledge, sanctified and gloried on the backwoods of the river.
On the top of the Pentecostal hill.
At Tougaloo.
With the nine.
Yeah, with the 9. We have the Eagle Queen choir ready. We ready. Hey, man, look.
Bring back Ava.
Man, hey. Where you at, Tanya? We representing, Tanya. Where you at?
Oh, yeah.
Look, don't make me go change clothes.
Don't do it.
Change clothes.
You know, I still represent. I got merch around me.
She looking around. Hey, I think all of us are saying we looking around the room like I got something in reach. If you give me 1 second, I'll just go reach around.
Hey.
I'm rapping me.
There it is. TBC. TBC. Hey, everybody that's watching right now, know that this show is rated Black and Uncensored, real talk, real issues, real solutions. We're going to talk about what we need to talk about. We're going to make it happen, Captain. We're going to tell it like a TI is. And we are going to talk about the mental health minute for yesterday was the challenge of change. So we know that we are making moves, making things happen. So, you know, as you change, there are going to be a lot of challenges. And that's why some people do not make that step because they're afraid of that challenge. They're afraid of that uphill battle, but not saying that change won't be better for them. It's just not easy. You know what I'm saying? So the challenge of change is not saying it's going to be something that's going to be easy. It's going to be something you get used to, but it's definitely be something, especially when you talk about, and we making reference of positive change, that is something that's desperately needed and it benefits you. So, you know, we talked about working out, we talked about exercising. It's challenging to be disciplined, to continue to be consistent, but we know that change is good for you mentally, physically, and spiritually to get up and make sure that you do things outside of the norm that you were doing so that you can get a different outcome. The definition of insanity, continue to do the same thing over and over again, looking for a different outcome and different answer. So wanted to take privilege of this moment as we talk about our great sponsors and folks we always represent. You know, we always shouting out Jack. You know, we always shouting out the Jack. I got my little Jack right here. Shout out to Larry Lincoln Legged Obama. But today I have a proud dad moment as you talk about stuff that your children are into. And James just so happened to ask, like, why does dad has all this Jack Daniel stuff? And then Jay was like, well, you know, he bartends sometimes, you know, with the Jack Daniel folks. She said, really? So y'all might not know that Jamie is a little artist. If you look behind me, you can see right next to the shirt that she has painted.
Oh, the logo! Wow,
the Jack Daniels logo.
That's
pretty. With that yellow whiskey. I need more light. Let me get some light in here.
Wait, she painted that?
She looked at the picture and drew it and painted.
Oh my effing M.
Yeah, yes. She looked at the picture and she drew it and painted. I need to put some more light. Yeah, look. I'm like, I'm gonna put this back here.
I love the effect on it because it gives the nostalgic view of it. It's almost like
it
looks
that color, right? Yeah. It takes you back Western days type thing. I said, this is going behind me for Nightcap, you know, because I don't have my computer right now. It definitely, you can't get the full view. So I wanted to let us see. Hey, man, you got everything down to the left.
Post that. Take a picture and post that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we definitely would do that. But you know, so art, you know, talk about art therapy, talk about music therapy. And I wish and she sings, and I said I wish Miss Tanya could come up here to do the last Thursday of Therapeutic Thursday, and we highlight music therapy because
oh my God, wait, this month?
Like next Thursday. Yep.
Oh, I'm out the country.
See,
well, no, yeah, I'll be in New York.
Hey man.
But I'm still I'm still gonna be on Nightcap Knowledge Tuesday. I'll be in the hotel or somewhere at the venue, but I will be there.
Come on.
Hey man. Let me pull this Jack. Now what you got over there, Chuck?
Man, I have something that is in the Brown Forman warehouse of brands, I guess I should say. And just make sure that, for everybody that's watching, please share this with your network right quick. Let's everybody do a little quick post. Tell them we live. All the Nightcappers, go ahead and do your check-ins in the comments. But as we are featuring our beverages for the evening, I am actually consuming something called Dr. Stoner's. It's a herb-infused vodka. And y'all know it's not a vodka drink.
Vodka.
But look, man, one of the things that shout out to our connections at the Jack Daniels and the Brown Foreman family, which is the distributor for Jack Daniels. They got a lot of different stuff, man, and then they ask for people to try things. This, because one of my favorite beers is the G13 by Sweetwater, which is like I guess you say dank or hemp, herb infused beer. I gave this a try, and it's pretty refreshing. I mixed it with a little Simply raspberry lemonade, and I think a hint of mint, like some fresh mint, was set it off.
Yeah. Get the mint, crush it.
Yeah, get the mint, crush it. Shake it up. Muddle. Is that the right term?
Yep.
Muddle.
Yep. Yes. You get your little. Get it going, man. Hey, you might need to get your little lemon squeeze in there. Something like that. Yeah.
Like that. Wait, no, you got not like that. Like that.
So if you got the handle like this,
right? You got. Okay. That's a different version of muddling.
Chuck ain't got no more mint. What? Chuck ain't got no more mint. His mint gone. It's over with.
Bro.
But
I'm drinking a glass of wine. That's what I'm drinking.
Just any old wine, or what you?
Apothic Crush. I enjoy Apothic line.
Yeah.
I had the Apothic. What I had? Inferno.
I like the red and the Crush because the Inferno as well. They all have a great
Inferno in that bourbon barrel. Yeah.
So they're really, really good. So I was like, I knew I've been working out and just been focusing, like you said, change, right? I didn't want to get rid of my seafood, but I'm so glad I did because my body was just not having it. Oh, absolutely, man. Like I'm able to do my squats again and do some jumps, but my orthopedic doctor is like, nope, no jumping till we get the MRI because they think like I have a meniscus torn in my right knee. So and so my left. So I'm trying to, and another thing is the weight loss. So the weight is coming down. So we're at 6 + 4, so 10 pounds lost since all of that has transpired. So change is great.
With a 6 + 4 came, I thought you was about to start rapping like the Brat or something.
No, 5 + 4. And what do you get? Night what? No, we're not gonna do that tonight.
Take them down there. Take them down.
What?
Trigger stay ready. Trigger stay ready, man. Ready. So look, I didn't have a chance to let y'all know this, but I got a text message from DJ Young Venom Mac. I don't know if you know this, but he's not going to be able to get tonight. He is dealing with a migraine. He's been battling that since earlier. So we said we're gonna let brother Philip, aka DJ Young Venom, chill out for the evening, and hopefully we will be having our sister Jiarra Rayford of Rayford Realty NOLA joining us. But in the meantime and in between time, let's get a check-in with TBC to see all of the things that she's been up to since last week. So TBC, what you got going on and where you headed next?
I am out to Germany on Thursday. Fly out to New York, and then we head over to Germany for a couple of days. There's an amazing festival happening over there. It's I know I'm horrible on language pronunciations, especially German, but it is a festival by the HKW, the Haas, which is a festival. And what's crazy is, not crazy, but amazing, is they're celebrating Mississippi blues.
Word.
Exactly. But we're doing jazz and soul. With Delphia Marcellus, Uptown Jazz Orchestra, and myself will be headed out. Yeah, exactly.
Some connections.
Exactly. And so, their thing is they want to culminate just blues and how blues traveled across different journeys across the world, right? So we're doing that. Then I leave there and I'll be in New York for the rest of the month at the Birdland Jazz Club, doing a residency for about 4 or 5 days with Delphia. Then back home. Because school started. I had a student FaceTime me a couple of days ago, and she's like, "Miss Cannon, what you doing?" I was like, "Baby, I love you, yeah." But I'll see y'all August 8th. Like,
not yet.
You need a break.
Right, but shout out to the kids because I'm also working with the Uptown Music Theater. They're doing a production of Once on an Island production at the CAC on the 21st, 22nd. But sending those babies some positive love. Y'all know I'm all about the arts and I'm all about educating and curing our babies through the arts. So that part of change, as Mac talked about, adjusting, because I also start grad school this fall.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'll be at Tulane learning about Black American music, which is I think it's a beta program. And thank you. Yeah, man, on a 2-year scholarship. Scholarship, yeah. So
she got to where the money reside, Chuck. She got to where the money reside.
Yeah. God is so good. So I'll be
what a tambourine is. Let me go. I need to get me
Look,
one.
I got buku up over there on the wall. But yeah, I'm just
some shout
music for that. Yeah, I'm just so grateful for God's blessing, man. I say every Sunday, I tell the members at church and I tell people in the community in my village, man, I ask God every Sunday, blow my mind. That's like blow my mind this week, because it's the start of a new week. And God has been doing that like it's bananas. So I'm just so grateful.
I got it up on my board. God blow my mind today, tomorrow, and forever.
Humbra. Amen. Look, so that's what's going on with me, and along with just other music, all of that's dropping whenever it's ready to drop. I'm not rushing this process of releasing new music until it's time.
Music that we've talked about.
Yes, it's I don't I am being obedient. No, you're good. You're good, because I feel like what has happened, and it's amazing you said that, because I was sitting eating dinner earlier and I thought, as this kid was singing on America's Got Talent, about being able to go, if she had a chance to go back and tell her younger self what all she's learned now that she's who she is, she wouldn't have been able to encourage herself then, because she didn't know, right? And so I sat there and I'm like, in the song, she's talking about how you are amazing, you're smart, you're beautiful. And I'm sitting there writing this song like, I am more than enough, I'm stronger. Like, I'm sitting there just writing as I'm listening to her, because I feel like, especially in the industry with Black artists, we often imitate what we see and wonder why what we produce doesn't get as much playtime, because we're often copying what we see and what we hear versus being our authentic self and releasing what we feel. And that's why I just sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm understanding more and more why Nina Simone, who's on my wall, was angry. And just very vocal about how she felt musically. Aretha Franklin. And I always talk about Rutha Brown and Jean Knight. Why Miss Jean Knight always says, I'm Jean Knight, Mr. Big Stuff, when she introduces herself, and she's from New Orleans, out the East, that people don't know that Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are, comes straight from New Orleans. And I'm seeing more and more why they were so, as people would say, arrogant, which they weren't. They were confident and they were aware of who they were and who they still are today. So that's what I've been, I wouldn't say struggling with, but accepting more and more, is the awareness of Tanya being who I am and boldly standing firm in it and releasing it musically. So yeah.
There you go.
So Chuck and I talk about multiple platforms, and one we got to pull the trigger on once we can get everybody in place. We need to play. We know too much talent, but it kind of what you said. But actually, they only play on mainstream radio what sounds like somebody else. Mm-hmm. So and it's not nothing towards the person. You listen to like, oh, okay, that's such and such. You're like, no, that's somebody else. I'm like, but that song sound like exactly like the song that just went off. I don't.
Yeah.
And so the originality back in the day music where everybody was cutting a new sound, they might have picked a little something for this person. It's like, and I don't know about other areas, but I know we don't hear it here. So we know we have the talent.
Yeah.
But we don't hear it. I used to like 99 Jams Pump It or Dump It. You know what I'm saying? So, but now the more you get into more mainstream, the less control you have over doing stuff like that with local artists. So I continue to say the cost of freedom is high. Yeah. So to have the certain freedom that you want, you sacrifice a lot. But to be part of to sit at these tables, you got to do more of what other folks want you to do. And you don't get a chance to hear that talented young sister or that talented young brother that live down the street, that if they put them in a contest with the average person that's in the starlights, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna shut them down.
Right.
So it depends on us to support our local artists if we think they are talented. You know what I'm saying? If we and we got to support them before they become who everybody else is going to be running after.
Yeah.
And it takes people making great sacrifice, to being homeless, to being stranded, to chase their dream. And then when they get that stardom, now we want to support them.
Right.
So
I'm gonna
again,
I'm gonna tell you this. That person that's right there. You see her?
Yep.
Got music on iTunes. She got music on Spotify. She got music on Tidal.
Yeah.
CD Baby got bought out, right? I got that right.
Yeah, by Bandzoogle.
Basically, all I'm trying to say is that if you wanted to go and stream something, you have an opportunity to go and do it on whatever platform,
right,
that you might have on your device. It might be your Amazon Fire Stick, your cellular device, your Google Pixel, your iPhone, your Samsung, whatever you use to consume music. The other part about it is this: it don't cost you nothing because you're already paying for it.
Exactly.
It don't cost you nothing.
And it's also knowing the difference between streaming and downloading it. Downloading, because both of them we're going to get a percentage. However, when you download it, the revenue is not. It's not as much as like 0.03 percent or something like that. But then where streaming is ongoing. So what you're doing is you're allowing the dollars to continue to accumulate. I wanted to say really quick because I just thought about two things. DJ Young Venom, let him know, because I used to suffer with migraines really bad until I got my root pierced right here. So this piece up here, can you see it? Ever since I got that pierced about 5-6 years ago, I haven't had a migraine. So it works with the nerve. Yeah, that piercing. And then also I've been,
Mac, are you texting Venom? Are you gonna do that later?
No. We had another message. When you get a chance, you check it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the second thing is, Jiarra says she's watching, but the link is not working. So Jiarra, we working on getting you in here. So hang tight. Chuck, you have our number? I'm about to text you a number. Hang tight, Jiarra. We're coming.
I'm not some certain stuff with technology. Of course, we're using technology right now, but I think about certain things, sort of the direction that Prince was going before he was taken away from us. And I use the word taking because I don't think coincidences.
Right.
Think about Luda, right? And how much money he made by selling CDs out the trunk of his car.
Yeah. Master P.
So, but so let's go back now. The new car you buy now, it's an extra $5,000 to $6,000 to get a CD player put in a new vehicle, right? So what people say, no, you said, but you can hook it to your phone, you can do this, that, and third, but that takes away the capacity from the artist to sell CD. Think about this. What?
Not necessarily, because you have some platforms as an artist where you have control over your streams and downloads. Right. And I'm not talking about big box, and I get what you're saying, but
I'm saying, like, at the concert, you just killed the concert. You got 1,200 people, and you sitting out there with your table, and you got Chuck out there at the table, and now you done sold, 200 CDs at $15 a piece. That money go directly into the artist's pocket without them having to download, go through any type of streaming services. Now, so I'm saying, like, that type of, that you had more control over because you press the CDs yourself, or you got somebody to press the CDs, and you went, and it was personal. Hey man, check me out, buy my CD. When I'm talking about, like, Kerry Thomas came and did a Christmas party for us. Big shout out to Kerry, KT. It was several years ago. Before he got finished performing, he brought 10 CDs. He sold 9 by the time he got to the back of the room. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they just heard him perform. They liked what they heard. So by the time he got to the back of the room, he had sold 9 CDs.
So here's the flip side to that. Having those CDs, because a lot of, like you said, a lot of vehicles don't have CD players. A lot of people are not using CD players because they're more mobile and using their devices for everything. So that is almost, now for artists, for us, it's almost a gamble. But here's the thing. The flip side about that is, to whom much is given, much is required. So take that risk. I was just approached almost 2 weeks ago by a company that invested in Music is Life. And the way they did it, it was so dope because they paid for everything, right? They paid for everything from the mastering to the licensing to the distribution. They did everything.
Yeah.
Then they gave me 1,000 CDs from what they produced, but they ordered 2,000. So then what they did was they took probably 30% of what they had left in the warehouse, and they gave it out to their customers. So now
this is what we we funded this, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So the requirement was to put their company on the back of the album cover, which is amazing. And so 2 weeks ago, one of the employees approached me. She goes, "Hey, I have a bunch of CDs for you." And so I looked at it as, because people are still asking me to this day, "I want to buy your CD.
You want the album."
I want the album. I have people who bought Rise My Child back in 2007 who send me videos or photos saying, "I have Rise My Child."
Look, hold on.
But he said, "Look."
So that's how far back, the physical album. What's up, Kenosha? Behave today, please, sir. Okay.
Note after the cue.
I know.
So this is Music is Life right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rise My Child is put up in my I got, because you signed this one. I got all my other stuff. I got it put up. Like, look at this. Look at that artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, boy, look at that.
Yeah.
Artwork. Now, just to take it a bit further, that's I
was handed this. I was handed ours too. Make sure.
That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, look, Music is Life.
Let me tell you.
We ain't fake.
It's the ownership.
Yeah.
Hey, Ariel. It's the ownership. Look, we have not only entrepreneurs in the comment section, but we have creators and we have also visionaries, like all professional. Look, let me tell you something. I will have more CDs, but I also, and I have to get them when we bring our guests in, because I can show you, I have Tanya Boy Cannon fans. My Step and Repeat came. So I have all of that, right? The cups, all kind of merch. But here's what I wanted to do, because I know I'll be in Jackson in September on the 16th for the 16th show, and then the show also on the 30th of September. But I want to do a Feel Good Friday show once a month in Jackson. And it has to be on a Friday because we're going to call it Feel Good Friday.
Let's do it.
So exactly. Now I'm sitting home out of my business, feeling good. Yeah. So look, I want to do a Feel Good Friday once a month in Jackson. Y'all pray for me because that's part of my prayer. God got this. It wouldn't have come if it wasn't for me. So we want to do a Feel Good Friday once a month in Jackson. And I would love to kick it off in October because I'll be there. August is going to be a busy month. September's a busy month. I'd rather do October so we have time to promote it, to get it out there. And also there's going to be a segment within the show where I would give like the next big star an opportunity to come on stage to do something as well. So it's a feel good vibe, feel good food. And I'm full-time vegan again, so we can have both vegan and non-vegan options and that good liquor.
Pull up. Show up and pull up.
Feel good.
Show up and pull up.
So we got Jiarra in yet?
Yeah, we got Jiarra. Let's Tanya, we want to give you the opportunity to introduce our guest because you know her best. So
awesome.
I'm going to highlight you, and then we're going to bring our guest in. So go ahead and do that.
So this sister comes with, like, she's no stranger to us. I know Mac would be your first time meeting Jiarra, but Chuck and I have worked with Jiarra several times for several events. When you talk about someone who is a visionary, someone who is a go-getter, when you say persistent and determined, Jiarra Jackson Rayford is who I'm talking about. This sister not only will make sure that as Black people, we not only know about the land, but we own the land.
Wow.
And how we can gather the resources to continue to own the land and sustain it while pouring into the next generation or the next entrepreneur to own the land. So none other than New Orleans' own, who owns the land. Y'all make some noise for Jiarra Rayford. What's up, Jiarra? You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Girl, you know it's past my bedtime. I was like, oh, Lord, let me stay up.
I know, but you don't put the kids to bed. That's why we say put them to bed.
Girl, they running around the house. Plus, I said, shut up while I'm on this phone call.
Hi, twins. Look, we love the kids. All of us are parents. So we look. Chuck's son was just jumped in, the baby boy, and he was like, okay. I learned about number 5. So we welcome the kids, but put them to bed.
Right. Go to bed.
Right.
Your people on here.
Hey, Ariel.
Yeah.
But thank you for that introduction too. I was like, oh, she gave me some accolades. I appreciate that.
We believe in giving flowers. We believe in giving flowers. Yeah.
I receive them.
Yeah. So Jiarra, I was sharing with Chuck and Mac, as well as our listeners, a bit of how you not only were able to manage corporations, but now you are a manager and owner of your own corporation. And if you don't mind just talking about a bit how that transition took place, what inspired you, what motivated you, and then where you are today, as far as us being homeowners, but also for those who are on here who may not be homeowners, but are looking to do it, ways that we can, you can help them with that. So take your time.
Sure. I'll actually give a brief version because I feel like the lengthy version, I do plan on writing a book. But essentially, yeah, I gotta write a book. My story is crazy. But I'm born and raised from New Orleans. So I grew up uptown, My family worked in hospitality. You know, New Orleans is a hospitality industry. So I went to high school, went to college, got my first real job. Well, technically, first job was at KFC, but my first job in hospitality was at the Ritz-Carlton here in New Orleans. And that experience just opened me up to a different world of hospitality. And I joined their program. They had a management training program. Most people don't know that the Ritz-Carlton is actually owned by the Marriott industry, the Marriott company. So I actually did their management training program, moved to Chicago, got a master's, worked for the company as a regional sales manager. So this was my life. I did everything, eat, sleep, basically every position they had in the hotel I worked it, from housekeeping, front desk, overnight audit, servers, bartenders, sales, everything. I did everything. I left the industry as interim general manager. So there was not one position that I did not do.
You literally did everything.
Literally.
God, dog, girl, from the top all the way to the bottom, everywhere in between.
That Drake song started from the bottom. Now I'm here. That's me.
That's you all day.
I actually started answering the phone. People don't know, back then they used to have phone operators called PBX operators. So I used to be a phone operator. You know, just dial 0 and X. Most people think it went to the front desk. No, it went to like a little call center.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I did that, and then. So let me just say this. I'm really smart. I'm a type of person, I can read a book and apply it. So I always learn different things in different facets. So I pick up on things very quickly. And I was always very smart. Like I didn't stay in positions very long because it didn't take me that long to catch on to things. So I was very smart at what I did. And what that kind of transitioned into is I learned so much from my peers around me, that even when we had our conversations with owners, I used to be in an owners meeting and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And a lot of them used to do real estate, and it kind of piqued my interest into it. And I was like, oh, okay. But, you know, I was kind of happy with what I was doing. Once I had my kids, I had to stop traveling, because at that time when I had them, I was actually a traveling independent consultant. So I would go into hotels and help these individuals, like we call them distressed hotels, and help turn them around. I was really good at that. I'll be there 1 or 3 months max. And by then they were in triple digits numbers. So once I helped them put processes in place, the hotels performed well. Well, you couldn't do that when you have 2 twin babies at home. So I needed something to do. So I got a rental property. Most people don't know my first property was a double. I highly encourage everyone to do that. So I was single. I lived on one side, I rented out the other side. So I actually started my real estate company then, just to have it for my LLC, just to have it for my rental property. Once I got more into it, I was like, oh, this is easy. You just collect the money every month. You know, it's easy. I got my real estate license, and I really didn't go straight into only my own brokerage. I actually still worked at the hotels and had my real estate license at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of did both. I actually have agents that do both, and I tell them you can do both. I did both, so I don't want to hear you can't do both.
Right.
It's just you got to prioritize and make sure you schedule things out. So I did that for a while, and then actually the pandemic, right? So here I am. You know, I'm not gonna say the hotel's name, but they, everywhere they cut staffing because they just had no staffing. Yeah. So at that time, I was the interim general manager. I was the director of housekeeping, director of sales, accounting. Basically, I was everything.
Everything, yeah.
Manager.
This that one hotel that we was at that one time?
No,
it's another one. It's another one. And I thought it was a dope hotel. Like, it was so dope, very dope. But
it was a great hotel. It still is a great hotel.
Yeah.
Just like that hotel, a lot of hotels had the structures. Like me and another manager were the only 2 managers. I worked the morning, he worked the night, and we had to work the days while it was off. It was crazy, but I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I, breaking my back? And clearly the industry, not itself, but just corporations in general, showed you that they're gonna worry about their bottom line. So I was like, I have all these degrees, I have all this talent. Why am I continuing to pour this energy into someone else's company? I can start my own company and do the same thing. So that's what I did. I opened up my own brokerage, And within a year, I had 6 agents, top producer in the industry, city business recognized, and I'm just continuing to make sure that I share the information with my community. So I hope I answered your question, but that's how I got into it. Yeah.
So
I think you answered the question.
I mean, you majorly, but here's the thing. I know, I don't know the value correctly, but I know it's like 1 point something million in sales for your company. Can you talk about that? I'm gonna put that number out there because it wasn't a year, 2 year, it was a year.
So that was actually 1 quarter.
1 quarter.
Wow.
Yes.
1.5 million.
Woman.
Yeah.
How much? What did you just say? How much?
God, no. Oh, look,
how much again, Jiarra? wait, Jiarra. Tell them again how much it was for that 1 quarter.
1.5 million.
Damn. So we got the Jiarra isms.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing really well. I got about 3 million in the pipeline for this quarter, so it's going pretty well. And it's, you know, we have our ups and downs. Like we work on 100% commission, so it's not.
The show over now. We getting a lot of money. Is that the show over?
No, we just joking. Look. Every Tuesday,
the money reside. Yeah.
So what people also don't realize, and this is something, so I got accepted into the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. Okay. What most people realize, and it's something I realized being in the class with other entrepreneurs, we don't pay ourselves. And I didn't realize I don't pay literally 99% of my money goes back into the company because I wanted to flourish. But we need to learn to start paying ourselves as entrepreneurs. And that's something that I noticed. But people don't also realize, you know, starting out, I was the marketing, I was the accounting, I was the top producer, I was the manager. You do it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
So COVID helped me with that because having all those jobs and not getting paid sent me with the mindset that, hey, you can still do it all. But you know what? I was rewarded when I was helping these moms get these houses for their kids. I was rewarded when I helped the elderly family just, you know, get some succession stuff together for their household. I get rewarded like that. And for me, I much rather do that because I might have a more impactful life than just going out there. You know, some people do it for clout, some people do it for money. I don't do it for that. I really, especially in the African American community. So let me just touch on that.
Okay.
I didn't realize how much we don't know that makes sense.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that until I actually started having conversations with people. Everybody don't know how to buy a house. Everyone doesn't know what they need to buy a house.
They don't know what all those forms and papers are at the closing.
Yeah. And even the process. I had people that I would send them documents and literally within 1 minute later, it'd be like, oh, I signed it. I'd be like, you clearly didn't read this 10-page contract. Like you couldn't have. And they were like, I trust you. So I used to do that when I was like, okay, yeah, just go. And then I realized like, no, y'all need to understand this. So as I grew more experience, of course, you learn to handle people differently, handle more with care. So I actually find myself being more as an advisor and an educator. Even when they don't qualify for a house, I tell them, okay, here's why. Here are the steps that you need to put in place to get there. And it's up to you to get it.
I absolutely love it. I want to jump in with a question. You said something about in your previous career in hospitality, you were a process person. You would help the I guess you say fledgling hotels to set up processes so that they could get to the point where they were, you know, doing the did you say triple digits?
Yes. Yeah.
So talk to me about like some of your processes that you have in place that you might have been able to have come over from your experience in the hospitality industry. And then because I think one of the things that we don't get as entrepreneurs is process.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remind me to point out something that we covered today too, and Freedom Summer.
So I'll be quick. One process that I know that can go through no matter what genre or career that you're in is time blocking. I literally time block everything on my schedule, and I have the time block. I put lunch in there. Like if I don't put it on there, I don't eat lunch. Half time, I be driving around showing houses, and I'd be like, "Oh, I forgot to put lunch in. That's what I eat." You literally have to make sure you time block everything, and I feel that my clients like it. Like they say, "Oh, Jiarra, I'll beat you Tuesday at 2. Great. What's your email? Let me send you your Outlook appointment so we can put that on the calendar." And it helps keep me organized, but also it gives me a great glance at what my week is. Like the night before I look at it, the week before I look at it, and I know place people, and also I can like stuff come up with the kids all the time. Oh, I forgot they had a doctor's appointment. Okay, I might need to move this around. But if stuff like that is not planned, then you're all over the place. You have to think about it. You are managing multiple people. Like just this week alone, I had 6 contracts come in. All six contracts need inspections. They all need home, plumbing, termite inspections. All 6 people need paperwork. All 6 people need deposits. All 6 people need so much stuff. So if you don't time block that stuff, but
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I just started to learn about time blocking, but Mac, you wanted to jump in on something that you talked about at Freedom Summit.
Yeah, so today we had a presenter that came and talked about Broken Girl LLC, talked about goal setting and about you had to take a vision, and it's like a vision board, but your goal setting of what you want to accomplish by when. So we definitely want to get that, get them to come on and talk about it. My daughter participated, and she was able to set things out, and it made it visual for them to see it, those goals, which goes back to Chuck and I, when we first got involved with community organizing, was we used to use flip charts. So everything you talked about, it went on a flip chart paper, and you put that paper around the wall. So you'll walk in and look real strange, but you have the timelines and stuff that you need to do on a flip chart of steps and things you need to take. So I think that's very important, is that organization and structure.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. I'm actually a very good fan of vision boards. I do them at the beginning of the year, and I actually just got with my team and requested that they do them now because we're starting the second half of the year. We're re-analyzing, see what they are, see if they met them, and if they did not meet them, what we're going to do to meet those goals, kind of realign them, reset some more. But you got to have the visual. And here's the thing, I'm old school with it. So some people tell me, like, can we do a digital? No, you can't do no digital.
I want to write it down.
Post, no. I want you to go get the glue, the paper, go get the cards,
magazines,
cut it out, because the more time that you put into it and more work, you're going to actually want to display it and keep it up. And also, here's the thing, these are your goals. So if you don't care about them when you're putting them on paper, you're not going to care about when you're trying to reach those goals. Let me tell you, it's not going to be easy if they're smart goals. So I try to tell them, just put a little more time into your vision board. But you hit it right on the nail. You got to have goals. And honestly, I set goals for myself for this year, and I made it in the first quarter. So I was like, oh, I'm setting my goals too low.
Right.
Hey,
but
blow it out the water.
Reassess. It's something that has to be a moving target. Once you get comfortable, you're not growing.
Yeah. Because change and growth is never comfortable. I tell people, think about. I always say when we're pregnant having our babies, the more they grow, the rougher, the harder it is to maneuver. But at the end, when we birth these beautiful beings, it's like it was worth it. So I wanted you to but kill the myth that is often misunderstood, that entrepreneurs, musicians aren't able to buy homes unless they have a 9-to-5. So can you just kind of talk about that? Because I know I purchased my first home as an entrepreneur and as a musician. So if you could talk about that.
So there are a number of different programs that are out there. And I actually tell people that if you have been paying rent somewhere and it's been steady, you can buy a house. Right. You just have to make sure you have the right realtor that knows about different programs and lending. So specifically for entrepreneurs that have 1099s or LLCs, they don't have a standard W-2. There are banks that have a program called the bank statement loans. If you have the income coming in and you can prove that you have a steady income coming in, they will use your bank statements for 2 years, taking an average of them, and use that to calculate your funds. Okay. Now they also have, for those individuals who may not be making a lot as an entrepreneur, you can still qualify for those programs that are soft second, where city-based grant funding programs. They also have other programs that are called down payment assistance programs. Just in general, there's FHA, which is a government-backed loan program, where you only have to put 3.5% down. Most people think you have to put 20% down, which is a standard conventional loan. But here's the thing. If you have at least a 640 credit score.
Which one is that? Which one is that?
You saw my face, huh? My son. If you have at least a 640 credit score, you can qualify for FHA loan. Now, here's the thing. The better your score, the better your rate. They have other. I know some lenders that do 580 and you can get it, but you have a higher interest rate. So I tell people, look, and most people like to do this lease to own, right? So I always tell people, find the right lease to own program. There's a lease to own program that I'm working with right now that if you have all the credit scores, you have everything, or you just have a 1099 and you don't have the W-2s, you can buy the lease to own program too, where they will purchase the house that you want. You go find any house that you want. They purchase the house for you, and then once you get your documentation, whatever you need, then you can buy the house back from them at the price that they purchased it for you. So there's yeah, like there's so many programs. I tell people nowadays, if you just gotta have a will in the way. If you working hard, entrepreneur, you can have a house.
Listen, are you licensed in Mississippi?
No, but I will be, because it's a reciprocal state. I honestly have the paperwork. I've been holding it. In my schedule.
Hey, so the topic for the motivational, the mental health minute, the motivational Monday, was the challenge of change, which you talked about. So you got to put it on your board, put it on your to-do list, and make it happen.
You're right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Update too. I got you. I'm gonna do it.
Especially all the properties that are generational wealth that has been lost because of tax sales and things like that. I can speak from
last Monday in August, y'all. Last Monday in August.
Okay. I can speak from experience, like with my property here in the Lower Ninth Ward. The city tried to take it behind a miscalculated of taxes that they had to come back and pay the funds back because they had overcharged me, and I paid the taxes thinking that you're not going to take my house. This is not going to take my property, when they were in the wrong. So we had to go through courts and lawyers and all of those things, and come to find out they ended up just, which I'm grateful, they paid my taxes off for the next 2 years. So I don't have to pay them. But I still went back to ask them, because there was a new thing that came out from the assessor's office saying that if your home was damaged in Ida, 2022 taxes won't apply. So the same rate will be for 2023 or something like that. So it's just knowing that information. But also, Jiarra, I always tell you, I just want land to drop some small houses on. Recently, Jiarra put up this property over 10,000 square feet, man. 10,000.
10,000 square feet?
10,000 The lot. With the 1,600 and some numbers square foot home.
Yeah.
So you have a dwelling plus you have 10.
Yeah, it had a lot of backyard space. Yeah.
Right? Land, right? 200,000.
Yeah. So Tanya, you actually hit a good point. And that's something we do at Rayford Realty. So most realtors, and I'm not throwing any shade, but they just buy and sell houses. Yeah. We don't do that. We're really an advocacy real estate firm. If you come to me and you say, Jiarra, I need help with this house. It's succession. This person passed away. We didn't do succession. I need help with this. I'm going to give you that information. I don't get a dime off of giving you that information, but I'm going to give you that information because I want you to get that information. I want you to keep this property in your home. I don't want you to lose it for whatever reason. I also have individuals coming to me and say, hey, we have this property. It's 4 of us. We're a sibling. Our matriarch, our parents passed away. They come down to us. This one person don't want to get on board I don't want to own this property with this one person. This one person don't want to sell. So most people think that they stuck. They don't have nothing to do. Oh no. Legally, no one can make you own property with someone that you don't want to own property to. So there are steps that you can do that. I put them in touch with different lawyers that can help them do that. Okay. So and then a lot of people don't realize that you can actually put me in your will. You can say, hey, if I pass away, I want Jiarra and Rayford Realty to sell my house. You can put me in your divorce. Hey, when I get divorced, I want this person to sell my house. There are a lot of different ways you don't realize. Or even, here's my favorite. When I pass away, you know who's getting my house? My kids. You know how they're going to get it in the trust. You know why they're going to get it in the trust? So they don't have to pay all additional taxes.
All the taxes. After you go through probate and all of that. Yeah. This Negro been reading.
Yeah. Or more importantly, you just got to have those resources with people. So
yes.
When you get the asset, or are we going to help you with it? I'm going to help you maintain it. I'm going to say, okay, most people don't realize that Louisiana Napoleonic law, and that if you your spouse gets nothing of your house if you were owning it previously, right? If both of y'all passed away, your portion goes to your kid. Your portion, so 50-50, a husband and wife house, right?
Yeah.
They have 2 kids. Let's say the wife passes away. People think that when a wife passes away, that the wife's portion automatically goes to the husband, and it does not. That portion goes to the kids automatically. Without a will. So if you have a will, then you can dictate who you want and how you want to go to. But people need to understand that law too. Let me tell you, get kind of dicey when it got like, step kids in the mix, and then like the kids are under the age of 24. They're called forced heirship. So there's a lot of different things that go into real estate that we kind of educate our clients on, and they just may not know.
Yeah.
And that's, and we don't get paid off of every deal, but that's not why we're there. We're there for advocacy program for the community.
That's all right.
I mean, it's always the quote. I want to make sure. I think it's Maya Angelou when she says, basically, I'm paraphrasing what you can do a lot for me, but the number one thing I'm going to remember is how you treated me, like how you took care of me. How that one thing I'm going to always remember. Always. And it sounds and it feels, and I know in my heart of hearts, because of who you are, that's who your company is. Yeah. Like you have a heart of gold from day one we met, from day one, and then your hubby and the kids, everyone. And I love how the support and the resources are not just there, because I know we were talking not just with you and your husband, but your kids, because your kids out there promoting too. Yeah. Like your kids. Twin was like, you need a house, here's my mama card.
Come on.
They do. I put them to work. They're great advocates. I will say my kids are great. I'm happy that I'm teaching them. Because my daughter said she wanted to grow up and be a doctor and a realtor. And she was like, well, mommy, which one am I going to choose? I said, you could be both. You ain't got to choose.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
Letting them know. And then here's another thing. I went to a women's conference, and I brought her with me to the women's conference so she can meet other women's conference. And Whitney Bank was the partnering sponsor. She was sitting at the table with the regional VP of Whitney Bank. Was like, what do you do? What's your company? What do you do? What's your company? Out of her.
She networking.
Because first I was like, come here, stop messing with me. And they were like, no, she's great. And
yeah,
happy that I'm teaching her that. Yeah. Has that confidence to just be herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, how old are your children?
They are 7. They're twins.
Boy and a girl.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I do on the side. People don't know I'm actually a momager. I put them in movies. Mm-hmm. Have y'all ever saw When the Bow Breaks with Mars Chestnut and Regina Hall?
I heard that. I don't think I made it through the whole movie. When the Bow Breaks.
You need to go make it through the movie, because my kids get paid every time you watch. So go make it through.
Come on. You better look on the side. I know I sell houses, but I want you to go support my kids.
Yeah, and they were in the movie with Emancipation with Will Smith whenever that comes out. That's the last one I just did. So I try to do it with them. They actually call them way more than I'm available. My son be like, Mama, I ain't go to work in a while. I was like, you need to pay me some more money.
Well, look, we need to have a conversation off the air, because I'm actually I've been in New Orleans, twice this year with McRae, but only for commercials.
Oh,
so, yeah, my oldest son, he was in, what was that? Tony Chachere's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we snatched a chicken leg.
No, he snatched the seasoning, Matt.
Oh yeah, he snatched something and ran away.
I'll show you how to do everything. They've been doing it. The first movie, I think, was like 15 days old because legally the baby had to be 2 weeks old. So yeah, I mean, I got you.
All right, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, I love it.
This has been a great conversation. We've been talking with Jiarra of Rayford Realty, NOLA, but she's also been breaking down how her firm is more than just a real estate firm. It's advocacy in real estate, and also doing the whole momager thing simultaneously. So this has been really, really cool.
Yeah. And
so really,
business owner tomorrow at Southern University at New Orleans.
Suno.
At Suno in the business building, we're having a small business seminar from 6 to 8, complimentary, free, just come. We will have individuals there from Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. We'll have ZTD Financial there to talk about business credit and just also financial literacy as a whole. So like credit repair or just building your business credit. We will also have myself. I'll be there from a standpoint of a business owner. If you're looking to lease space, how do you make sure you have the right lease in place? How do you also make sure you have the right space for you that you're growing, not just for your current business? So some people, they'll get a lease every year because they're outgrowing their space. So yeah, that type of things. And also Southern University Incubator will also be there talking about different programs like notary, claims adjuster, just getting certified by DBE, women on all those different things. So we're going to have all that tomorrow, 6 to 8.
6 to 8 p.m.
Yes.
Awesome. So you do commercial leasing, do a commercial property too?
I do. I helped someone today do a lease for her salon. She was moving to the next step, and we found her about 1,500 square feet. So she has enough for herself and also other people to put boots in there. And we
Don't hang up. Now I know you want to go to bed, but don't hang up when you get up there. Don't hang up.
No, I got you. But that's what we do. My passion is shifting more towards small business owners and really having my team focus on the residential portion of it, because it is a little bit more of a skill set. I have a corporate background, so my skill set is better lend that way. But here's one thing I will say about my team. They are awesome. And we don't take everybody. Actually, a few people had to leave the firm because we put our customers first. That is our top priority. And also we put our team members first. A lot of our members are moms. If you have to take your son to, the dentist, or you are sick and you have clients that want to see houses, your clients are not just getting you, they're getting the whole firm. You're not available. One of us are available. We're going to make sure your clients are taken care of. And we're not going to ask you for anything. We're just going to take care of your client because they're a client of the firm.
I really want to say this because I know we're getting close to time, but I love the truth and transparency of who you have been since day one, who you are today, and who I know you will forever will be. And I love the fact that as a Black woman, as a mother, as a businesswoman, you're already a multi-millionaire status. I love and appreciate you. You dropped so many nuggets tonight for me outside of real estate, just as a woman, as a Black woman, and being comfortable with being knowledgeable and being a nerd. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because but the number one word that I love to use, that I feel I've been using a lot, is awareness.
Yes.
The awareness alone will continue to catapult us to the next level as owners.
Yeah.
Whether it be buildings, homes, land, and I feel what you have given tonight for free.
Yes.
For free. For those who are on, make sure you go follow Jiarra Broker NOLA on Instagram, BROKER NOLA NOLA.
Gotcha.
On IG. All of this information, whatever the fee may be, trust me, that fee won't compare to what you're going to get greater in the end.
No.
So go ahead and pay that fee, because in the end, that fee is going to quadruple before you even know it. So the knowledge that she's given, as well as being owners. Really quick, can you talk about how important it is to have homeowners insurance, flood insurance, especially being here in the city, as well as the coast, because Chuck is on the coast, and Mac is in Jackson. But just talk quick, share about homeowners insurance and the flood policies, because they are different.
Yes. We get floods up here too.
Yeah. So what most people don't know, I actually had my adjuster's license in 5 states as well. So there are different perils that goes along with home ownership, like wind, hail, stuff like that. So your homeowner's policy usually generally covers the dwelling of the house. So one thing I want to make sure people are not doing, and people found this out during Hurricane Katrina and Ida, and also the other hurricanes that hit the Gulf Coast, were that you can be underinsured. Most people like to do that so they can get a cheaper rate, and they high up. Listen, if you can pay it, just pay it. Don't do that, because what you'll end up doing is having insurance that's not worth it.
Yeah.
So you want the replacement cost of your house.
Yes.
Your house has cost $300,000 to replace, but you got insurance for $150,000. They're only going to pay you the max limit of your policy. So that's the first thing. Make sure you have the correct limits. If you don't know, I'll put you in touch with my contacts to make sure you have adequate insurance. But also from a flood standpoint, most people are like, oh, I live in an X flood zone, I don't need flood insurance. That is correct. The bank will not require you to have it, but you definitely want to have it, especially living in the Gulf Coast areas. Here's why. The moment, so like Hurricane Katrina, most people's houses were actually fine. What caused people's houses to get damaged was the flooding.
Yeah.
People did not have flooding. You know what they had? They were really out of luck. What saved a lot of people during Hurricane Katrina was actually FEMA stepped in and kind of just took over. Yeah. But they're not doing that no more.
Right.
Ever again in life.
Yeah. So y'all need to be prepared. Even if you're in the X flood zone, the policies went up a little bit, but previously they were like $500 a year, and right now they're about $600 or $700 depending upon where you live. More high risk areas, I think the max is like around $1,200. But either way it goes, pay that $1,200. It's like $100 a month, and you will have flood insurance on your property. So in the event that the city don't turn on their pumps, you are covered. Or any rain and the streets are saturated, what happens a lot during hurricane season, you're covered. So just making sure you have those things in place. And if you don't know, and a lot of people policy ended July 15th, they were automatically dropped. So a lot of people don't know that you have to call and get renewed to another policy. A lot of carriers are pulling out of Louisiana.
Yep.
Or call your current insurance provider. If they're one with multiple providers, call them, have them email your debt page, and you can review what your policies are. And if not, I can give you the information to our lenders who we have to get you qualified.
That's all right, though. That's all right.
I appreciate that, because that's how I ended up buying my home. When Katrina hit, the State Farm paid off the mortgage. Basically, they gave me the personal and dwelling, and I ended up just paying off my my mortgage with that. Hi, boo.
Hi.
Looking like your daddy. And that's your baby looking just like your daddy.
Yes.
One look like you and one look like your
you
husband.
Know this, man.
So, but yeah, I'm appreciative of you. Shout out to Ariel, who's also a real estate agent who's with Rayford Realty, and she's a sweet person, great. And for her to just be here watching her director, her manager do what she does, that's motivating. So shout out to you, Aria.
Team too, if I have
go ahead.
Privilege. I have the best agents in the world. Shout out to my agent. So I like to tell people I'm the Morris Bart of my company. I am the face, but I am not the one who is doing all the work. My team is the one. We just Monday we sponsored snowballs for Melanie Nord Park here in Gentilly, and I was in the middle of inspections. I was like, I'm trying to show up. I showed up, but I had to leave. And you know who held down? Brian and Ariel held it down. They served the snowballs. That do like we are one company. A lot of people come because they know me. I'm the face. I'm not gonna lie. However, they are getting the service, whether they get me, Brianna, Ariel, Wesley,
Yes.
They get the same level of service. And I told them yesterday, y'all are the pillars of the company, and we really wouldn't be successful overall if I did not have you guys support. So thank you guys so very much for all this.
Shout out.
Gave the horn.
Yeah.
I love
well, I hope everyone that's tuning in, you have taken notes.
Yes.
Chuck, can you put up Jiarra's contact information? So for those who want to follow and learn more, as well as become owners of your own, the home you've been renting that you now can own, or something better, please reach out to Jiarra. If she doesn't know, she's going to get the information for you to help you get the answer that you're looking for. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed her. Jiarra don't go nowhere once we close out the session, but y'all know every Tuesday we're here 9:00. Next week we're hoping to have the one and only New Orleans own Wild Wayne. 9:00 props. You're on the radio with your boy. Yeah, so Wayne will be here talking about adding more to ownership from the entertainment side of it, of owning your music and owning your rights to your music and knowing when to play and when not to play, but also how he became an entrepreneur and started his own thing. So Jiarra, I definitely want to connect you and Wayne because he's doing some stuff that's amazing.
Yeah.
So he was there that night for the second show. So y'all left for the first one. He came in.
Yeah. I was like, oh man.
He came in for the second. So
my husband actually knows Wayne, and he, my husband, so if y'all don't know Chuck, y'all, my husband's a big guy, right? So he's here and things like that. So he knows Wayne through whatever. That's why I put him in community relations. He talks to everybody. But I think we can make that introduction work. But like this, I am so excited to help y'all with this. Like, please, y'all send the people to me because I actually feel like we don't take advantage of these resources.
Mm-hmm.
And also people are scared. They're like, I don't want to sound dumb and crazy. You don't know what you don't know. I'm not a cardiologist.
Right.
To know everything. Y'all gotta come get this information. If you don't know, I'll get you to the right people. No question is a dumb question. No income is a low income. If you just look, I'm gonna get y'all to the right people. Y'all just gotta get here, put down your barriers. We have private conversation. And this is one thing I also want to see. What we do as real estate agents is confidential, similar to a lawyer. I can't share your information with anyone. So there's a confidentiality piece there, and trust that that we'll take care of.
And if you get a no, call her back. Because I had one lender, she was like, Tanya, if she tell you no, call me back. I got another one for you. Right. If they say this, call me. I got another one for her. So she is the Black Panther of real estate.
Yeah.
Like
nonstop.
Here's the reason. Yeah. Have different requirements. Like each bank have their own portfolio. So like they have different grants available. Once that fill up, they can't necessarily take it. So here's the thing. I'm gonna go wherever gonna get my clients the deal, and we'll have a mix. And I have my preferred vendor list, but at the end of the day, my job.
So ready for the conversation after this?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Look, Mac, let me tell you something, Jiarra. Look, when I came on, I would come on as a guest on the show. And so one day Mac was like, Tanya, why don't you come on and co-host? I was like, all right, cool. So co-host became permanent. I was like, yeah, I love this. I got buku people. I was like, I understood the assignment. So I just want to like connect, because the thing about Louisiana, Mississippi, I always tell people I'm born of the red clay. I was raised in the swamp. So I'm a red clay swamp baby, right? Mm-hmm. I have connection and ties. We share the Magnolia. It's Highway 55. It's I-10. There's no reason we shouldn't be connecting more, because the resources are just like Chuck was originally from Alabama, but you're still right there in the South. A 2-hour drive will put me in Mobile, less than that.
Easy
so
peasy.
It's right, so there's no reason why we should try and keep something to ourselves when there's so many people, especially our people who are out here who need the information, but have also been scarred by us who told them one thing and did the opposite. So now it's time to heal the community with truth and get the results.
That's it. And the result is gonna be what? We're gonna get to where the money resides, baby. Let's go. So look, we'll see y'all right here next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central, Nightcap Knowledge. Got to give a shout out to our official water of Nightcap Knowledge, Aspire Pure. Refreshing taste, keeping it simple, available at Amazon.com. And got to give another shout out to my drink of the evening, that Dr. Stoner's Fresh Herb Vodka. Want to thank our guest, Jiarra Rayford, for coming on tonight. Shout out to my niece, Jamie, for that beautiful painting.
Yeah, niece.
Next week, and we out of here. Peace.
Peace.